like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Love. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Hey, check 24, watch 24. Under 10, under 10, 10.
To throw on 3rd down. Love airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 15. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike, 55. Hey, Charlie. 55. What we got? What we got? What we got? Hey, check.
Throwing now is Allen. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Stay with your man. Motion. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Looking to throw on second down. Love eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down. Love looking downfield for Jones. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll run with Hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off play action. Love. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Check 43. Kill.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Fast footwork by Sanders. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check it out.
Now Allen throwing again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down is Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Kamara off the draw. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
5 wide. Alert! Watch the whip.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. McCoy's got the first down and more. He finds McCoy. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, go.
They'll try to run with Sanders. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Ravens 1-yard line.
53, check 53. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Once again with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to stop 52. 55 to Mike. Hey, Stu. 55 to Mike. You get alert. You get blocked.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 3 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Hard. Rush in. Rush in. 61. Matchbox. Right. He's checking crap. Dog. Watch it.
To throw again. Love looking here for Smith downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Shoot. Say home. Shoot. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. We go.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Down 80. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike. Watch the slant. Hey, high 7. 53. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 53.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
Kill.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Go on. Ready, go.
From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
No. Check nickel. Pick the edge. You're out.
To throw on second down. Love. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Alert three. Hey, stay.
Throwing on third and long. Love looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Go. Justin. Lucky. Motion.
Operating from the gun. Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Allen now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
53, check 53. All day. Hey, Delta. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. I'm coming.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner, it's complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hey, Echo.
On first down, Allen. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. Check, 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 check.
Throwing again. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Charlie. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check, 56.
A final shot before break. Love. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Pass 85, pass 85. Check, 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 check. Back, back, back. Switch, switch, switch. Alert.
To throw, it's Allen. On the check down, he finds Kamara. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, hold on. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break. He's coming. Double up.
Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
Mike 53. Watch the run. Hey, they're running it. Kill. Check 53. All day, baby, all day. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. 56, 56. Motion, motion, motion.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Set, 8, read. 56. Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his shift, watch his shift. Go team spin. Watch the shift. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Love nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one. Back to throw. Love.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Let's bring it.
From the gun, Love. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Box trap. 47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Go. Go. Check, crunch.
Operating from the gun. Love. And he's going to go down. Back at his his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Alert! Hey, Alpha! Pass. 55!
Allen now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And an alley to run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Right there, in the middle. Hey, hold. Watch the run. Check. 56. Check. Smooth. Alert flow. 5 wide. Check right.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now Allen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, wahoo!
Here's Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Slam, slam. Now.
Kamara trying to right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Check 99. Check 99.
Look at me. Zipper.
On second down, Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Check. Check 55 to Mike. Bring it.
And here's Allen operating from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 19 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. Dances by him. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 25-yard line.
He's checking. He's checking. Crash, crash. Sponge, sponge. Dog, dog. No, no. Shift, shift. Shift. Watch the shift. Rock. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Love. Got a man. It's Brown. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Kermit. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Love. Complete to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line.
1st down, Baltimore.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This will be caught by Brown. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 19. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these...
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Love jukes by at the 20. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Love. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Check 3. Lock it. Ready, go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week.